Jimmy Dore. He came to be known by a lot of people when he worked at TYT, which was years ago a good place to find information about different political stories and group discussion. So Jimmy was there for a while and then struck out on his own. I was fortunate how I learned about TYT. A young guy who was in the know about politics told me about them. I started listening to them. I liked some of the information that I received. It was not mainstream news. It was off mainstream, so it was unbiased and it was good. And then he told me how Jimmy Dore was going out on his own. It just happened when I met him that he said Jimmy Dore is starting his own channel. At the time, I didn't know who Jimmy Dore was. But the more I listened, and later on, Jimmy became really valuable to listen to learn about different stories. And I think now he's become, for me, instrumental. I just love his videos. I don't have time to listen to everything, so I hone in on certain people that I trust and who are doing news that I like. So Jimmy's doing good videos for me. And he did one recently about Pfizer. So I'll show you a picture about them. He did a story about, I think it's called Bextra. And so he showed that they got or received a $2.3 billion fine. Now you could spend a lot of time just on Pfizer and the things they do. I don't have the time, so I love when I can listen to a story and learn about things that they do. They're not the greatest company. So I was listening to this video that Jimmy did. He does funny. He mixes in some of his comedic talents with the news stories. So I listened to this story, and out of curiosity, I went and just Googled for my own interest, Pfizer and Bextra. And I found that this fine happened in 2009. So I wish Jimmy had have pointed this out in his story. To me, it seems like relevant information. I'm not criticizing, I'm just pointing out I would have liked to have heard that. I wouldn't have thought it irrelevant. I just thought it would have been more information that would have been nice to know at the time of the story. So I don't like when people like TYT jump on a little mistake, hyperventilate about it, exaggerate it, and then start making accusations. And as Jimmy pointed out, sometimes his staff feed him stories, and he may not have known this. So I'm not faulting him, just pointing out it is something I would have liked to have known when he was telling the story. I think that would have made it more, it would have added a little more context. So again, it's not a criticism, just something I would have liked to have heard. And I really don't like when people criticize him. Of course, they're allowed to, but as Jimmy Dore says, oftentimes they're just doing it to try to boost their channel by invoking his name. So I'm not doing that. I think he's great. You should listen to him, or whatever stories he does that you like. I love all the stories he does. Just this one could have used more context in that the fine happened over a decade ago, but still a relevant story, and I'm glad he did it, and I really like Jimmy. That's it.